This is Kal Kat. There's Clant Cowpoke. Welcome to my fourth day of Fanime. Fourth day of Fanime. Fourth day. There was already a lot of commentary, so fourth day. The outfit is sort of similar to day one, with a giant shirt thrown in. It's very warm. The final day. Fanime, and it appears the lens cap is getting a little fuzzy there. But yeah, this is a sort of a Clint Cowpoke Fanime movie. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, with the commentary track intact. The short razor died, so yeah, that happens on all the trips. The razor died. Which somebody gave me one of those find good hygiene papers at the end. I was like, I bathe daily, thank you. Anyway, so yeah, we're at the convention, and let's see, the espresso tea bar actually doesn't have tea. I did lie. Anyway, this is the first panel that I was going to. It was right away. It was a fan fiction, writing fanfic panel. And I was pointing out the fire alarm went off. And so twice during it. And yeah, so it was weird. So that was pretty peculiar, the fire alarm there. But so I directed this endeavor. Yes, I both directed it. Let's get so insane. It's just Kal Kat being Kal Kat, doing the voices and the characters of the other people. But yeah, just to liven it up, Cowpoke, sure. And then I switched costume, which made it look kind of interesting. Made it look like it was a quick change into the Kitty Key Martial Sportis costumes. Kitty Key's a Martial Sportis has a cameo. Yeah, and he is sort of German and Swedish. And here's the other panel, which is on my con stories, basically. So that's what that was. My con stories, and so I only did 2 panels on the final day, actually. But there was some line con later on, and line stories. I was pointing out something about the line con stories, and the person who complained about being at the hentai panel, and it wasn't a hentai panel. It was sort of. It was a American slash fiction panel, and the lady was like disgusted that I was in there. She's like, I don't know why. I say, why would I not go into slash panel? So I say, why are you here? She's like, oh. She didn't say anything more after that. Oh my. Men shouldn't come to our slash panels. It should only be women. That's what was interesting about that, actually, is there were men in the audience. But it's like, yeah, and then the Taco Mania, which was okay. All right. So, whatever. And then I commented, it was all right. It was okay. Nothing to write home about, except in a blog. It's okay. And I didn't put hot sauce on it, so that was my bad anyways. But yeah, it was like, it was like Spanish rice, but it had no flavor. It's like, why is that? Anyways, so here we have the walkings. Now I think there's a little clippet that's cut out of here. You can see in the distance as I was walking along, there was a homeless man with a leg missing, and I thought, better not film that. So that scene is kind of not in here. Oh, there you can kind of see him for a second. Yeah, that was probably This is not the mood we were looking for there. You see, not as many steampunk. In fact, hardly any steampunk. hardly any fake Borgs. There was a Borg and a Cardassian. Yeah, so yeah, it's interesting looking this over, and I always say that, but it is. Here we have a character from that Academy show, and another one from the other show. Not Fortnite, but what is it? One of those. Yeah, I don't know all the anime shows. I'm sure somebody that actually knows, like if I had brought maybe if you fill up or something, it would have been okay. This is, yeah, that's from this show. That's from this other show. Oh, that's really on point, or that's not on point. So here's Kitty Key, the martial sportist, walking along, talking about the kind of the park and things, and it says, so yeah, and the Dark Turd, which is in honor of Clint Cowpoke, yes. Aha, I meant a funny. Oh, hi, Cowpoke. Yeah, hi, Clint. No, you're tearing me apart, Kitty Key. But yeah, yeah, it's generally a sure warmer day. Some of the interesting attempts at rack focus visual with a camera that really doesn't rack focus is funny. Like right here, I'm following their line here while the cars are going by as I'm approaching them. So it looks like I rack focused that. Yeah, that was a cool shot. Like it was a 3D movie or something. But yeah, and then I wanted to show the back end of the line. Yeah, there was a kid in a wheelchair thing. But I think he was just being pushed around because he was tired. Anyway, so here we have, maybe he was in the wheelchair, I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't just leaving out everybody that was handicapable. Well, here we have some other characters on the cast and someone else from that Academy show. And yeah, there's quite a few of those, actually. And there is Rule 34 of the Academia show. I looked it up. There is some. And don't look it up. Ew. Yes, I'm not recommending anybody look it up. Which will immediately make you want to look it up. You see, there's another one. So yeah, the blue sort of show with the blue armband is the Academy show. And the other one with the more peppy one you'll see later is that other group, Fortress or whatever it is. Not Fortnite, but there's a Misty. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of Pokemon references in here. Pokemon is also, of course, a card game and video game and multiplayer, and yeah, and they had a Pokemon Go that was an interactive player game thing that everybody was into last year. To the detriment of them walking into trees and out into traffic. There's Daniel. Yeah. There's your moment. Okay, here we have, or somebody looked like her. Here we have, no, it was her. Yeah, I'll say it's her, even if it wasn't. Yeah, there were people from the cast here, and they're hanging out there. The other cast, not my cast, but their cast. Yeah, so they want to be famous in their own stories, you know. Yeah. Yeah, they want to be their own stories. So thinking about being famous and stuff. Yeah. Because that's like, there's a little a creature or something. That is from that witch school thing. Yeah. I forget what it's called. Witch Academy, something. It's spelled funny. And that is from Sakura, maybe? That's Academy again. Then we have some people just dressed up. They're not in costume. And then we have sort of a Kiki girl thing going on. There's some Sailor Moons here and there, but for the most part not. This particular Fanime did not have a plague breakout because there weren't as many people with the plague masks. and no one really had a serious, horrible cold, so nobody got the plague. This is a group that, if I tried to pronounce them, I would get it wrong. But yes, their fan base flashes little pink lightsabers, just like in that one story that they told at the panel about kids liking pink lightsabers, and Batman likes pink lightsabers. Yes, Batman does. Anyway, so here's a banana. Yeah, there's a lot of random shit in here. There's a kitty key. Yeah, there's a lot of him. Of course there is. Well, he's a Hello Kitty villain, so Hello Kitty boss in the game. So yeah, I was stealing it. It's totally rip off. And then oh yep, there's Star-Lord. Kind of looks the part, actually. A little short, but kind of looks the part. Yeah. But yeah, he had the mutton chops and everything, and he had an authentic Star-Lord. He got like a Walkman with a working cassette tape thing in it. Okay, Overwatch is the name of that other show. Overwatch and Academy. I think that's what it was. Overwatch. So there's a lot of that, which is more of a game. And My Hero Academia, yeah, it's and yeah, there's like American people doing the voices on that. And I was pointing out that Academia was, although not relevant, the first title episode of On Location, the Journal, in 1984. They wouldn't know that, of course, but that was my first visual journal storybook thing about Pine Hill School in the junior high. And this is currently... The Kal Kat show is currently a spin-off of Valley Stories Journal, but done as a live blog. So you get to see the live blog. Following all the rules of the journal is not to say too many names unless asking permission. So it does follow the rules, has since 2013 or so. Yeah, and... right. So yeah, this is... So it is relevant in that this is the... although Kal Kat show ended in 2009. Yeah. There's someone from... I don't know. But yeah... yeah, well, we've been doing it since then. We've been doing Fanime Con since apparently 2011 or so. Because back in 2011 up till 2015, you could actually walk around in the stroll area and go back and forth. This is the Chalk Twins. They're well-known chalk drawing people. Yeah, so they were there. And some of their more expensive stuff was quite a bit expensive. So I got a comment on this is like, yeah, that thing is thousands of dollars. They just did. Oh, they had a different one yesterday. It's like, damn. Yeah, and they do Star Wars and space sets and stuff. That's and the guy behind him and everything. This older guy. Yeah, and so yeah, there's other prints there that were thousands of dollars. So yeah, the we've been covering on video the convention since 2014 or so. There may have been some picture and video of, mainly pictures of 13, which is when the Jesus guy came out and yelled at the zealots, which was funny. That I was there for that. There was these two guys thought it was 2008. Well, it might have also been. And there's Sailor. Now, what's funny about this is you can't see it really in the shot, but that's Sailor Moon's baby on the right. So Sailor Moon apparently got with somebody, even though she's supposed to be bi or even gay. She's not. She apparently decided to have a kid. But yes. So yeah, we're the line near the hat people, and they'll see the Overwatch girl briefly. That's off to the side there. Who was right in front of me, and I had to ask her, "What is that costume?" I don't know. That's from Overwatch. Anyway, so there were quite a few of those actually. I was in the wrong line at first, but there's the top of her head. And we got some other people doing their. That's from Overwatch 2, apparently. That's from Card Captors, I think, and that was Brown Cat. That was a girl version of Brown Cat that just went by. So that was cool. It's a Brown Cat picture. I didn't do I had a regular shirt though. I didn't do the. She modified it so that it made her look sexy. Mine did not. Mine looked scary. My costume looked terrible. It was hideous. It was a brown fur shirt covering my midriff and everything. I did not look sexy like that. It's cool that she can be empowered to walk around the con like that, without having anybody ogle at her. Let's see. Okay, there's 2 Overwatch people, but I was saying that the con thing, the Kal Kat thing, the idea of them, the show being on, there's something. It's a Sailor Moon villain, I think. No, it was Captor, I think, again. There's a lot of those. There's UG, a lot of other stuff that I'm mispronouncing. That man is not actually in costume. But he was handsome. Oh my. But yes, that guy was all flicking his wrist like, oh my god. See, there's the 2 from the other show. Yeah. Overwatch. It looks like those 2 guys were handshaking. I thought that looked cool. Okay, here's my my mint tea chocolate donut from Crazy Place, Psycho Donuts, and the blueberry ginger tea Rhapsody thingy. I don't think that had any alcohol in it at all. It wasn't actually a beer, but it sort of looked like one. Which the old Jung Swan people would have freaked out. He's drinking a beer. Ah, 47 years old. Even if it was a beer, I can drink a beer at a con. It would make sense to get a little bit schnockered at a con, just to do it. And maybe it is a beer, because I'm like, yeah, I found the Yu-Gi-Oh section. I'm filming the floor. And actually, I was pointing out that this background thing here, although you look in the front and there's no way to get in, and cannabis works. Yeah, these were the hemp people. They got their own stuff published as a novel. You could get their graphic novels all together from like 3 or 4 years ago. From I think 2013 was the Fanime and Comic-Con, and now they're done. They've done the graphic novels. I have the first issue of that somewhere. But yeah, that's the Chronicles. And this back room had a bunch of stuff that seemed larger this time than any of the other times. And they had lots of stuff from Studio Ghibli and other places. I asked them if they had Macross, and they didn't. But I also said, well, they've got Studio Ghibli, so maybe they've got some Studio Ghibli stuff. And there's some Abras and Kadabras. I really wanted them, but I could not buy them. And that's Muth. And there's a turtle Muth. And then they had they had a lot of stuff in there. They had to check your bag at the door. But yeah, they had a lot of mangas too, and I got the Red Turtle DVD. And it's the official US release, so it's fine, it'll play on anything. There's a robot and a girl. So yeah, cool. A Kal Kat show. The Kal Kat show technically ended in 2015. However, the review blog channel took off like gangbusters in 2015, and now has over 450 videos. I think almost, over 450. And we've done 50 of them this year. This year is ridiculous. We're halfway through the year. We might actually complete 500 by the end of the year, making the channel easily 10,000 views. And that's what you need to get monetized. So, big time's coming. Big time's coming. So even if I don't have enough subscribers, I'll like and subscribe to the channel. I know it's long. There was a fan that pointed that out. Had seen it. And if you Google Kal Kat or Adam Brown show and stuff like, usually Kal Kat is easier to find because Adam Brown you'll come up with everything. You'll find it. And I passed by this toy place and ironically mentioned, you know what, I didn't buy anything from them. I filmed them like 3 times on this. Not that I wouldn't have, I didn't buy anything from them. I bought stuff from them before. I also bought from that shirt place next to it over here. I bought a shirt last time with Sarcasm is a Superpower. The waifu. Now it's certified waifu. This means wife. Those are kanjis. Those are Japanese English phrases, often used in anime and stuff, where they will mention an American word. It'll just be the American word in it, and it'll be like waifu. Or typically, like, they'll say like soldier or captain or gaucho or whatever. They'll throw that in there, cowboy or whatever, you know. They'll just throw that in there. Or transform dash or whatnot. Because the guy's reading the dash after transform. This was a moment of zen. This was a little girl freaking out because she's among all of the other little toy girl. Freaking out because among all the others. Although right behind her is her twin. So it's Chris and Libby from Pine Hill. Minor reference. Just kidding, Chris and Libby. If you see this. Or the rest, yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah. We were pretty much crazy. And still are. Anyway, oh, no. Yes, no. But yeah, I don't think they're subscribers. There was a Clint Cowpoke with almost nothing on. He must have seen the Blair Witch parody. Except the Blair Witch parody, as I can attest to, is in that scene I was actually naked. There's a Joker with bat head exploding. The Joker. But I'm making him sound like he's from Baltimore for some reason. The Joker from Baltimore. It should happen. Yeah, you're kind of, yeah, it's it's just interesting going over this. It's long and winded, and we have tracks, little Japanese sort of anime blue girdle maybe. And since there was a panel on anime where anime has evolved originally from Disney, and anime has actually been part of the whole thing to begin with, you know. So like Disney and anime, they originally with stuff like early 30s and 40s stuff, they were copying the American comics and Disney, and they would copy that style, the big eyes and the pupils and stuff. It was like Astro Boy and that kind of stuff that later on went into, and that led to the other stuff. And then they cross-pollinated, and eventually Disney stole quite a lot of ideas from Studio Ghibli, at which point, that was in the 70s and 80s, the 80s, yes, at which point then they made a deal later on that they would do some of their voiceover work and bring it to America. So yeah, they've been cross-pollinating for years, the Disney technique. Although my style tends to be a fusion of Disney and Asian techniques, like sort of classics. I don't really go for the super large eyes so much. I try to make them more realistic. But yes, I do not really, do that. So yes, there was a funny line there about Captain America punching Hitler. Oh, there it is. Arrgh. Ah, yes, you got to love it. But yeah, but sure, he can hit the Hitler because he was kind of an asshole, Arschloch. Yeah. And there's the, now we're in writers' anime panel, anime room. Wish I was in for an hour and missed the last panel. There's a Sailor Moon, Sailor Saturn, maybe, or one of them. Could be Neptune. Yeah, here is some of the pictures. Okay, so you can go through here and you'll find these artists, an artist row that wanted to be on the picture and wanted their little cards on the Kal Kat show because hey, free advertising. Yes, Raubui and so forth. Shout outs to them as we do. Here's another shout out thing. So you know, somebody's gonna watch this channel and go, I want to know who this person is. You know, I like that. You know. As they can look that up. So yes, it's free advertising for them. Yes, some of them did not want to. I can see if somebody was like walking around like shooting pictures of their prints and stealing some or something. But I think at a con where you're just kind of following them around and taking the picture for the benefit of using like their services later or buying their shit, they should be okay with it because they're artists. They should be all, well, yeah, sure, free advertising. Video blog. I'm sure you're going to put it up online somewhere. Then random people will come to my website and become famous. Vicariously through me, and I won't get paid. I will totally not get paid. I get no AdSense. I could, but I don't. As I said, doing an online video blog of the comic show, that was cool. The face mask thing. You don't get any YouTube celebrity is a very false misnomer. You don't really get that. And then we come to the moment of the whole con here. This little Kiki person looks kind of like Jim Buffkin's sister. I don't think it was though. Who has done these adorable mermaid characters. Which, this is just such a hot ticket item that people have come by and gone like, where's the pitch? Where's the angle? I want to know what this show, make a show. You know, animators have come by and said, we want to animate this. I was not. Or I would have, said, okay, give me your pitch by Thursday. We want to make a cartoon out of this and put it on Cartoon Network. Yeah, we're going to do it. No, no, I don't have those kind of connections, but if I did, that would be awesome. She probably doesn't want the hassle of having, like dealing with the studio that's going to, like screw her over. No. But, yeah, they're just, the idea is so awesome. It's like cats and fish. Who doesn't love both cats and mermaids? That's the way you do it. You just put that together. Fish, mermaid, critters. There's your hook. She must have gone to that class that Mark's Cards went to by that other lady years ago. Maybe the same kind of class. It wasn't Mercedes Lackey, but it was similar. You must have gone to that author class because, this artist, the lady has heard that you can take two or ideas that have already been done and combine them. Fish, mercats. That's kitty videos and fish videos. You're gonna nail two audiences at once. I was one of the first people that has the prints and stuff on that. When that thing goes that thing is a show. Remember the Kal Kat show. Just saying. Get me the hookup. When that takes off, yeah. If you need any voiceover work. Yes, I would love to do some voiceover work for that. I would like to be the anglerfish. Yeah, I'd be the anglerfish. First Illusion, good title. Yeah, so that was another group, and they were going to various other things. So yeah, that was the big artist this year. Last year, it was the lady doing the fan art of the. There was two of them. There was a fan art from Teen Titans, and there was a fan art from other thing. Yeah, so and they became famous. So they were at a panel. I didn't go to it, but I should have. Yeah. So this other person could be famous by next year. They could have a deal. Ooh, but a lot of artists just do it because they love to do it. That's why I do the blog, because I love to do it. I like the sound of my own voice. We just love to do it. Yeah, it's like, I don't care if it's too long or too short. There's no thing that says it has to be a certain length to do a blog. I think if there's something interesting to talk about, then talk about it. That's just the way it is. ZZ Art. Off Sky Society. Check them out. I tend to like the visual style of the fantasy anime, like classic Star Wars movie posters as well. And there is something almost as cute as the other one. But yeah, this style also reminiscent of, again, the style of Robotech and Miyazaki, and not so much Studio Ghibli. I tend to like the style. I like Studio Ghibli, but it's a little too stylized. I tend to like the semi-realistic looking stuff more than the other stuff. And Tim, my friend Tim, we took an art class together. He tended to like the very abstract, but things looked realistic. That one art lady that was like being all snooty and saying, "Oh, your works are not anything." It's like, yeah, now sculptures like his, not him, like his, are all over the art museum of San Jose Art. So I don't know what that lady was smoking. He was ahead of his time, it turns out. If he just stuck with doing abstract, he would totally have stuff all over the Museum of Art. It'd be all over the place. See, you can't discourage the artists. Stop that. Yeah. It's like, you're tearing me apart, strange ladies. And here we have... Oh, yeah, that was one of the famous ones there. That was when I bought something else. And then there's the evil sunflowers. Oh, if you saw that little high, it would be bad. And then we have Rachito. Yep. So Fanime Con art gallery proportion, where I went on for a long time in the art gallery. There's the bay windows that look like the viewing port of Starcrackers, and of course I'm back to doing this thing here in the art gallery, which I spent an hour walking around in. Yes, but yeah. And saying that lady's going to be famous. I didn't do a whole lot of the narration just because I figured I was going to dub over it later anyway. Walked through on the way out. They were closing it. They were all taking off. Yeah, so these people are going to become famous. In fact, if you look at the Transtech videos, virtually the Transtech that saga that it did 24 episodes of a Transformers 4th season, all of the backgrounds, all of the visual backgrounds, Cybertron, everything, Cybertron, Earth, Simultech, the buildings, the saga, except for the exterior of Simultech, that was me, the interior, the space bridge, the whole thing, Tim. It's all his artwork that I visualized. I said, okay, this looks like, this looks like Timinus. I took the visual style and I said, okay, this would look really cool as like the space chamber, something, or this would look cool as like a Cybertron corridor instead of just this wall with this thing. I took the visuals and I said, okay, I can use these colors and this color palette and make this look like a really awesome corridor that's like really cool and abstract. And what's funny is this hallway looks like it's out of Transtech. The designer of this building was thinking along the same lines of Tim, too. So there you go. He should have been an architect, Actually, that theater downtown also looks like something he would have done. Here's a guy pretending to be dead because he's just totally exhausted from the convention. I'm dying. That's funny. He's totally dead. The convention killed me. Too much sake. Actually, where is the sake? There was a pregnant lady. It's definitely true that gamers and animators do reproduce like crazy, actually. So, 3439 play. I was going to go to the final thingy. I changed out of the costume. There was a line outside to get into the final thingy. It's not full. And I'm mentioning the clothing ceremonies. Yeah, you couldn't get in. Too full. I was pointing out like right here that I changed out of my costume right there on the floor because I basically had pants on underneath and suit underneath, so it just took the other stuff off. You know, I wasn't naked or nothing. But I was pointing out this weird story about these two girls, and one of them was, they were kind of heavy set. And one of them was going on about how she used to escape and party when she was underage, and how she convinced some guy that really liked her to prove that he loved her by getting her some diamonds. So he allegedly stole a credit card from his grandmother, which is fucked up, and then allegedly bought her a necklace and sent it to her, which would be theft technically. So it's probably bullshit. And then she allegedly pawned it, which like destroys the story right there because the pawn shop is not supposed to accept illegal illicit things. The grandmother could have taken it back. And that's fucked up. So now hopefully that didn't happen. For real. Hopefully it was bullshit. And now because there was no way to get into the final closing thing, next year will be the 25th anniversary of Fanime. The stories used to go to this convention and Baycon. They were not here unless Drew was briefly there on Saturday and maybe Drea was briefly there on Friday. I don't know. Her simulcast might have been briefly there on Monday. I don't know. Didn't see them. If they had been there, there were thousands of people there, so it's possible I missed them. But I did see somebody that looked an awful lot like Drew, though. So, an awful lot like her, and I know one of her friends, at least one or two of her friends, were there earlier. Two other characters that recognized me. Where did I know you from? Huh? Yeah, there was at least one who was like, okay, yeah, we obviously know each other from somewhere. It's like, oh yeah, through Dre's story. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she used to come to this. Yeah, so she doesn't really anymore. I don't think she's here. Yeah, it was through the cast, the telecast. Yeah, she was apparently semi-famous around town in the Rocky Horror simulcast. That I never actually went to her version of the Rocky Horror cast, live cast. I never actually went to hers. I went to it only twice. Once when I was 18, and again later on. So I had to take John and Mark's cards to it twice. Later on, but that was a different cast. That was in the 80s and early 90s. Her cast would have been in the 2000s, mid 2000s. But yeah, I don't think they do that anymore because that theater's gone. It's out of business. So yeah, earlier, yeah. So they did other conventions and stuff. I'm sure this time around, I'd have to look that up. And I was doing the stroll, and that line's still there, and they're trying to listen in on the thing, and you're not supposed to film in that corridor. But yeah, so sure, it's certainly an interesting con dynamic going on. So there were some people there that were from that group. There were 2 or 3 of them from the former Job Club. There were some, including Rob, who was a bromie. He was there. At one point, he drove by on his motorcycle on the final day there, but I didn't get any footage of that. And his moped thingy. He was on his way out, I guess. He's going the wrong way. No, he's going toward the convention. He's going to go back for the final day. But there's the dealer's room being torn down. And they didn't see me shooting a film in there. There's the guard. He saw me. No, they're volunteer guards. Yeah, the people that are actually running the con are volunteer guards. And they didn't search anyone with metal detectors like they did at Comic-Con. And the strange irony is that if you buy, like, oh, that's a knight or something, strange weapons or whatever, you can't actually bring them on the train. So how would you get them? Oh, how would you get them out of the city? Even if it's like a toy weapon, you're not going to be able to bring them on the train. And you can't like send an email or something. Yeah, how would you do that? I guess what you'd have to do is you'd have to be a local or a friend of a local, and you'd have to like take your toy sword effect out of the convention, take it with them, and have them drive somewhere with it. They say, okay, take this back to Oregon when you go to Oregon with you or whatever. Take this back to like Texas or whatever. Okay. So that you're not actually flying with it. You actually just drive cross country with it. Sword. Mail it in an Amazon box. Just say it's like a broom or something. No one will ever know. But yeah, there's the final corridor thing. There were only a few hundred out there because everybody was crammed into the finals panel there on the last day. Usually Monday. Monday was actually quite busy. Not Monday. I mean, Monday was not quite busy. It was the last bit. Yeah, they were busy in the beginning. But no, what I meant was Friday was quite busy. Friday was upwards of, I'm going to guess, 8,000 in there. Saturday and Sunday were insane, raising that up to about almost 15,000, it seemed, especially Saturday, and a little less on Sunday. There were a lot of people in there. A lot of people. So yeah, Mark's cards might not having all the people in there. It's the same convention center as Big Wow, which is now Comic-Con. And we went to both of those back in the day and covered them during the Kal Kat show's run. And then now later with the reviews channel. I guess I will put these commentary things on the reviews channel because it's a review blog, live blog. And I will put the longer stuff where it's just behind the scenes on the other channel so that you can watch both. There will be a Cowpoke movie version going through the whole thing. Eventually on both, maybe. But yeah, I had to kill all the audio because of all the music, so you don't get to hear the audio. Because YouTube are jerks. Someday there will be a channel that just doesn't care, that shows all this old stuff. It's like, okay, here's what it actually was. Here's the actual sound from the con. There is the full simulcast of the 2 or 3 bands that were playing, all of them taking a large group shot. 3 bands that if I tried to pronounce them would be kind of insane. And no, I don't know who they are at all. They may have been from the live cast, some of them. but yeah. Sure. And I started to do the carrying on like I did before song. Yeah, well, let's not really do that here because that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, everybody's going out. The camera is tweaking out right there. I'm not sure why. Not sure why it would do that. It's just trying to focus in on that weird sculpture. Yeah, and there's some more abstract back there. It's like if that lady had said to the McHenry Center did not exist at that point. If that lady had discouraged the architect of the McHenry Center for writing the McHenry. Not saying Tim was. He's not even remotely an architect. But if he did, that sort of, you wouldn't have the art building back there. So that lady years ago in the 90s, she was full of shit. Because it's all over the place. And then she said, oh, I hate the McHenry Center. Oh, it's too abstract. Oh, yeah, deal with it. Half of downtown is trying to be abstract. Oh, I only like those buildings that look like buildings. It's like, no, you gotta make it look more flary than just an office building complex. It's like, make it look interesting. Like, the back wall of this Marriott is not nearly as interesting as the rest of the building. You know? But yeah, it's a little Marriott, but you could stay there. So there's, Marriott and the Hyatt over there. But there's a girl who's not afraid either to walk around with practically nothing on. Oh my. She's probably costuming and so forth. My guy kind of looks like Todd from the back, but it's not though. Anyway, so, but yeah, I think I actually saw the Collinses at one point. Because I think they might have been there, but probably not. Probably not, unless they already had a ticket. Maybe that's their honeymoon. They're gonna go to Fanime. That would kind of make sense, actually. That'd be awesome. And there's my Grease shot, shooting up to the sky. Yeah,